I'm taking a strap. I'm strapped up.
What's happening? What was that about?
Let's make the fight happen. We strapped the fuck up.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 158 of the SZN Podcast. I'm your boy Kam.
I'm your boy Flowz.
And as always, guys, you know the drill by now. Please head over to SZN Pod or SZN Podcast. That's our Instagram and Twitter pages. And link in the bio of those pages there will take you to where we're situated at streaming-wise. So if it's Spotify you prefer, such as the audio stuff, it's there. And also the YouTube link is also there as well if you fancy the visuals. Flowz, how have you been? Good?
Yeah, I'm good, bro.
Yeah.
You good?
Yeah, man, I'm good. I'm eager to talk some boxing. There's one thing on the agenda for this week, as you know, Flowz. Eubank Jr., Liam Smith, 2. Repeat or revenge, I think it was kind of billed as. And I guess from the off, Flowz, I felt it would be revenge. I think you said it would be repeat, but there wasn't much in it really. Wasn't much to go off really. It was just maybe what you felt that. I think you said something about you know, Liam Smith, you kind of know what he would do or what Liam Smith will turn up. Whereas Eubank Jr., who knows what Eubank Jr. will turn up, right?
Yeah.
But I must say, Flowz, watching that performance from both fighters, this was a beatdown. To put it bluntly, I feel like Eubank Jr. did what he should have done in that first fight, but he was able to pull it together in the second fight. And I'll be so real with you, Flowz. I've got nothing against Liam Smith. I don't really go in on him like that, Flowz. There's no agenda there towards Liam Smith. What I'm about to say is, for me, I felt Liam Smith just turned up was happy to be a punching bag all night. I'll be so real, Flowz. That performance there from him, it was given punching bag. And again, I don't want to be harsh, but Flowz, it was Eubank Jr. won every single round comfortably. Every single round. It was like it looked like Liam Smith didn't even belong in there with him. And I don't know what happened. Obviously, we'll probably get into it a bit later, but it was super, super easy for Eubank Jr. Liam Smith couldn't get past the jab. And listeners, when I say that it was simple and easy and he was like a punching bag, Flowz, I'm seeing Liam Smith walk forward, stand in front of Eubank, no head movement, no footwork, guard up, just there, waiting and belly throwing. So, of course, Eubank is going to be happy to oblige him and just tee off, which is exactly what he was doing from round 1 to, I think it ended in round, is it 9 or 10, Flowz? I think it was 10. I think 10th round was when it finally ended. Eubank Jr. was in trouble at all fight. It was so simple, so easy for him. And you kind of question as to why this didn't happen the first time around. And to be honest, Flowz, as we both said, in that first fight, Eubank Jr. was winning. He looked like the guy that was, in the ascendancy. He had a really good round. And Eubank Jr. just did what Eubank Jr. normally does. And he got sloppy, he got lazy, and he got caught. He invited pressure onto himself and then got hit. And it was fatal for him that night. But Eubank Jr., this time around, he made sure he made no mistakes, Flowz. It was an easy night's work from what it looked like to me. Honestly, very, very easy. Like Liam Smith, again, I'm trying not to go in on him, Flowz, because I've got no beef with him, but that performance was shameful to me, bro. It was shameful to me. Like, what was that?
Yeah, it's a funny one. You got it spot on last week. I think Bo Mac's influence was clear to see. With Eubank because he was focused. He done what he should have done the first fight. He done what he's capable of doing.
Yeah, at
the simplest level. He looked fluid. He controlled the distance well. He didn't get sloppy with his hands down and get lax. He stayed focused. He closed the distance when he needed to. He stepped back when he needed to. Clinched when he needed to. Jab was firing all night. Had his hands up. And then when it was time to let go of the combinations, he was letting them go. So he done what he needed to. Liam Smith, on the other hand, I didn't recognize that Liam Smith personally.
Flowz, I agree with you. That was not the Liam Smith that we saw in the first fight, or that we've seen his entire career. Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
looked tentative, didn't throw, didn't even look aggressive in the slightest. It was, waited. Now, obviously, I don't know if you've seen the talks of injuries. There was a round where he rolled both his ankles.
Both his ankles, yeah.
Yeah. I think
But Flowz, that wasn't like, I looked because obviously I watched it. That was in round like 6 or 7.
Yeah.
What about the previous rounds?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I want to say. Even he didn't want to use that as an excuse. I think people find an excuse for him. But I thought something must have gone wrong. The fight was postponed because of an injury he had.
Yes.
I believe.
Yeah.
So who knows? He didn't want to give too much away. He talks about a weight cut. And even
that one there as well, Flowz, was funny to you. I said, what do you mean weight cut?
Wait, yeah. I don't know. It's hard to put a finger on, but it's fair to say the Chris Eubank Jr. we should be seeing is what turned up. And the Liam Smith that we've previously seen didn't turn up. So, like you say, it just culminated in a beatdown from pretty much. Well, Eubank was really one, round 2. Well, round 3, the beatdown started, and it continued till round 10. Yeah,
it started in round 3 when he hurt, and in round 4 he's dropped him for the first time. And it's interesting because from like round 4 to 4, 5, and 6. Were rounds where Eubank really had this guy hurt, and Eubank was just teeing off all those 3 rounds, and just not able to find the finishing touch. But like I said, it was a beatdown, Flowz. I mean, I think we saw the final punch stats. It was like 100 in terms of punches landed or something. Eubank was 193 odd or something like that, and Liam Smith was 33. So heavily skewed. I mean, that you see those punch stats, that just screams beatdown. That just screams punch bag and teeing off. And yeah, I mean, when it comes to like obviously of Flowz, that Liam Smith that we saw, I mean, like I said from day that for me, Eubank should always have the beating of Liam Smith because he's got more tools in his locker, fresher, stronger, bigger, faster, more athletic, all that kind of stuff. And as we know, the only thing that does tend to hold Eubank Jr. back is his own brain and ego. I'll probably say. That's what tends to hold him back. But just on a general day, Liam Smith is a solid operator, but really and truly, Eubank does have more tools in his locker, and it's good that he was able to rectify it. And I had a question, Flowz, because I wasn't too sure originally, but to be honest, I've come to a conclusion now that it is Beaumack's influence, because I was going to ask you, Flowz, how much do you attribute to Beaumack let's compare it to obviously Roy Jones, who was Eubank's trainer for the last couple of fights. But stylistically, I think you can see straight away. Because unfortunately, I feel like when he's with Roy Jones, Flowz, he tries to be like a mini Roy Jones.
yeah.
In terms of the pot shotting, the throw, not necessarily throwing combinations all the time, one shot at a time sometimes, until you have your opponent hurt, for example. The hands down, that kind of stuff. Yeah. And remember what we said, Flowz, when Eubank first got with Roy Jones, what did we say? We saw the first fight. I don't even remember, Flowz, but remember I said straight away, like, yo, Roy, try and make this guy into like a younger version of you. We don't want to see that. We're not here for that, and it's not going to work. You need to like step away, because he was trying to do the whole Roy Jones-esque stuff. And we said that is not going to help you guys flourish together. So I think it was right I would attribute something to Beaumack in terms of, because Eubank was focused throughout. And we mentioned how, you mentioned it last week, Flowz, you feel like Eubank is someone who doesn't listen really in his corner. And Beaumack might find out quickly that this is a guy that don't listen. So I think it was good to see that this guy was focused throughout. He didn't take the piss, because he's probably taking the piss, especially when he gets big leads. Remember, obviously, when he got the big lead against Leon Williams, he started messing around. He didn't do that once with this fight. I don't know, maybe it's because of the fact that he was just wary that, this guy did hurt me before, who knows? Or that was Beaumack, drilling that into him. But I want to attribute it to Beaumack. I think Beaumack, obviously, we know he's had a hell of a year. Probably going to get trainer of the year. I think that he's definitely helped Eubank in that regard. And to be fair, Flowz, I think it's worth, saying that, it's good to maybe we might want to see them again together. Hopefully this isn't just a one-time thing. And let's see how Eubank develops under Beaumack. It'd be interesting to see. But Yeah, what were your thoughts, though, Flores, in terms of Bomac as a trainer, in terms of his influence compared to Roy Jones?
Yeah, I don't think Roy Jones has an extensive coaching career. He doesn't coach many people.
Yeah.
Like you say, where we saw Chris Eubank Jr. and Roy Jones, he was hands down, trying to use the upper body reflexes, trying to be a bit showboaty. And I always say there's two people you don't try and emulate. Well, there's a few people you don't try and emulate, and it's usually the greats. It's the Roy Joneses, the
main two, and the main, yeah, 100.
You don't try to emulate them because what they do is them. Don't try and copy it. Don't try this at home. I think Bomac's influence was clear to see in terms of Junior's focus.
Yeah,
Eubank Jr.'s focus. Boxing how you should box in terms of hit and not get hit, land efficiently, use the jab, work off the jab, be dangerous when you see them hurt. And I will point to the Terence Crawford performance. I think watching that is inspiring, seeing what he done to Spence and knowing the mastermind behind that. Obviously, Terence Crawford's a genius himself, but Bomac's in his corner.
Yeah.
So you have instant respect for his body of work in terms of what Bomac can produce in a fighter.
Yeah.
So off the back of that performance, I think that kind of made Chris Eubank. I need to listen. I need to listen.
Let me take him seriously. Yeah.
Let me try and beat. If he produce this in Crawford, let's see what he can do with me, kind of thing. Or let me try and emulate Crawford in that sense and listen to this guy and follow the steps and learn from these guys who are masterminds and implement that in my performance. So I think it all culminated in one of the best junior performances we've seen, at least in a long time.
Agreed. Yeah.
So I think it's good that he ran to Bomac.
Everyone's going to run to Bomac now, by the way.
I think the influence is there, and he certainly did listen. Even his dad has said he doesn't listen in the past. This is someone who's not had a coach in his corner for years.
Yeah.
But I think maybe he's matured now. He's 33 now, and now he knows better.
Finally, and as you said, obviously he was teeing off on Smith all night, and he's eventually finally gotten to him in the 9th round. After hurting him many times, just not be able to get him out of there. He dropped him again I think he dropped him again in the 9th or 10th. Smith was able to beat the count, and then he started teeing off again, and the referee jumped in and saved Smith. Some people felt that the stoppage was premature, and the referee jumped in too early. Smith, even though he wasn't necessarily throwing back, he was sort of rocking and rolling with the punches and moving along the ropes. But I felt like there was actually a portion, I think in round 5, where I thought it could have actually been stopped when he was really getting battered, and the referee never jumped in. And I almost felt like the ref kind of remembered that moment. I thought I really should have stopped you earlier, but I gave you a bit of grace. But this time, I'm sorry, let me just jump in real quick. So that being said, I don't really have complaints. I don't really have complaints on the stoppage, to be honest, because he was starting to get teed up on, and he wasn't really throwing back, even though he was still moving and still live in there. He wasn't offering anything all fight anyways, Flowz, so why not? He wasn't literally, he literally wasn't offering anything.
He's been taking a beating for 10 rounds or so. I think at the point of the stoppage, he weren't throwing. Like you say, he was rocking and rolling, but his eye was cut. He'd been down twice. Twice or 3 times. Twice. He's been down twice. Wasn't throwing, wasn't in the fight, was down on the cards, getting beaten badly. I think, the referee saved him in the sense like, okay, we've seen enough kind of thing. You could argue with the stoppage, but he just wasn't in it. He just wasn't in the fight. He was throwing. There wasn't even a puncher's chance at this point, really. Yeah,
it's true. Obviously, never said never, but really and truly, no. What they actually was, he literally wasn't. I don't see how we could have actually landed anything or whatever, because he was literally just standing in front of him and just hands up, not throwing, not jabbing, not doing anything. Really, really off performance, off night for him. But hats off to Eubank for doing that and pulling it together. Obviously, there's a lot of pressure because obviously, we said if we lose to Liam Smith twice in a row, You have no business calling out certain names, or you might have to rethink your career full stop. But it's interesting, Flowz. We've gone this far praising Eubank. Listen, I hope you didn't think that we'll escape without giving Eubank some sort of flack. Because Flowz, I got some flack to send his way. I can't lie, Flowz.
Okay.
So obviously afterwards now, interviews. Yeah. He said, the inevitable in terms of who do you want to fight next, blah blah. So obviously I'm there thinking, okay, let's hear you say the correct names. So tell me, right from the jump, Flowz, why has this man gone to say, Kell Brook, I'm coming for you, on the bed, I'm coming for you? Why have you gone to call out a retired fighter who operates, when he was fighting, he operates at 147, so that's 2 weight classes below you, and you've gone to try and reignite the Conor Benn thing, who is also 2 weight classes below you. So I'm there thinking, yeah, this guy's not serious. This guy's not serious. Instead of him to name the champions, he's gone to call out these 2 guys. Cool. He's then said, obviously, mentioned Triple G afterwards. And that's when I've been, okay, fair enough, cool. I really think you should be mentioning Triple G first. But, okay, cool, you're going to mention, you mentioned the other 2 guys first. I'm not too happy about that, but at least you mentioned Triple G in the end. That's kind of what I expected, the champions, right, Flowz?
Yeah.
But Flowz, it's then dawned upon me. I said, hang on here. Triple G's not even a champion.
Vacated.
In this 2023, Triple G is not a champion. I actually went to check as well. I went, hang on, I swear Triple G is not a champion. Bro, I've gone to see it. I've seen Triple G has, because Eubank said, Triple G, where are you? You've held onto those belts far too long. So that's when I was on my hands. I said, yeah, Triple G, finally, blah, blah. Then the light bulb went up. I went, hang on, what belts? Triple G isn't a champion. So Flowz, he's gone and called out 3 non-champions, which to me says again, Chris Eubank Jr. is not serious about this thing, Flowz. I'm not surprised. It doesn't surprise me because we followed this guy for his entire career. But the fact to me, Flowz, is damning. The fact that you've called out Conor Benn, Kell Brook, and Triple G, so 2 welterweights, one's retired, by the way, and someone that's not even a champion, says it all to me, Flowz. I'm so sorry. He ain't serious, man. He's not about it. He just cares about the money fights. He doesn't really care about the belts. He's not interested in becoming champion, if you ask me. If not, you would have called out Charlo. You would have called out the other Kazakh guy that's champion. Is it Beck Timir? I can't remember his name. Yeah.
Janibek. Yeah,
Janibek. Yes, Janibek. You would have called out there's 2 other guys. I can't remember their names, but yeah. But the point is, he never mentioned the champions once. So to me, Flowz, Chris Eubank Jr. Still isn't that serious about becoming champion or fighting for championships. He's looking for the money grabs. That's it, really. He might as well have called out Jake Paul, as far as I'm concerned. So that's the flack I want to send his way, Flowz. He's still the same guy.
It's true. It's crazy. And I don't know how they're trying to slang this Conor Benn thing still. They're trying to slang Kell Brook, who's long retired. Who at most fought, to be fair, he did fight 160 and he went right back down to where he should fight. Kell Brook, he has no business in that weight. He's fought at 154, we've seen that. But you're a 160. There's champions in your division that you said you had aspirations for. So yeah, look, we know the drill. Yeah. He's after money fights, and that's simply it. Simply, he's at the end of his career. So just be honest. Be honest with that. So, or the pretending. Look, if you fight Conor Benn, I have no interest in that. Kell Brook, no interest. Triple G, okay. Battle of the Washed, we can see that. We can see that. But even because Triple G's not serious about belts either. The way
he isn't. Triple G's pretty much semi-retired, to be honest. If you ask me, he's near the end of his career as well. Let's be real. He's 41. He just vacated all those belts to try and challenge Canelo for one last time. Triple G, he's not. Yeah, he's on his way out. Triple G, he really is on his way out. So, yeah.
I did want to ask you. This week, we saw Chris Eubank Jr. make a post about testing.
Yeah.
That he's been tested, and he tagged a few names who've been busted by VADA for VADA testing. So he added them. And in light of that post by him, it turns out there was no VADA testing for this fight. at all.
I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that came up. Wow. Okay. I actually
Yeah,
realized that. Oh.
there was no VADA testing. It was only UCAD. So while he's
what is he doing then? This
shot
guy,
himself in the foot.
this guy's some clout demon, man. What the hell is that then? That's poor.
He's not. There's no VADA testing for this fight.
Wait, so did VADA come out and say, "Yo, we didn't," because because VADA be dropping the list in terms of they be saying. So did VADA come out and say, "Yo, we didn't approve this one."
VADA usually talk about who's enrolled to the fight.
Yeah.
In the fight week, a bunch of journalists have questioned Ben Shalom whether there's VADA testing or not.
Interesting.
They've asked Eubank Jr.'s and Liam Smith's coaches if there's Liam Smith's coaches, and he came out and said, "No, there's no VADA testing."
Interesting.
And Ben Shalom danced around the answer after criticizing Matchroom field test and whatnot. And Matchroom have always said, "Look, we're the only ones who make sure all our fighters do VADA testing, pretty much." So Eubank Jr. opened a can of worms by sending for fighters. Because remember, Conor Ben passed all his UCAD testing.
Yeah.
He passed all of it. So there was no VADA testing for this fight. And we've spoken before, I guess, that everyone should be doing VADA testing. We need to start drawing out these fighters who don't do it. So I wanted your take. Obviously,
so Eubank, yes, I didn't even clock that. It was confirmed that he wasn't even enrolled. He didn't do it for this fight. I mean, he hasn't failed the test, so I can't cook him for that. But that's a very dumb move to do that. And obviously, I'm guessing he didn't plan the information being released. Stupid move to do that, to draw these people out when you yourself weren't doing it for your fight, and to imply that you was VADA testing for this fight. Yeah, he's an idiot for that. But we know Chris Eubank Jr. is an idiot. I don't rate that. I don't know if it was a VADA approved fight in terms of they tested him for this fight and he passed it and whatnot and he's drawn the rest out, I rate that. But to find out now that he wasn't even VADA testing for this fight is shocking, man. He's done it all for clout then, which is what, again, doesn't surprise me. That's what Chris Eubank Jr. does. He does stuff for engagement, does stuff for clout. He does it to boost his profile. But he ain't gonna fool me. Damn.
Yeah.
That's poor.
Interesting.
That's poor.
Yep. Very poor. I think we said everyone should be doing VADA testing at this point. Yeah. Because it'll be interesting to see how many of these fighters pop from VADA.
Yeah.
But if you ain't doing VADA, just keep your mouth shut. This is all I can say.
Yeah.
Promoters, fighters, if you're not enrolled in VADA, don't try to draw out people.
And Ben Shalom as well, man. He tried to draw out, he's another one that he's been taking a couple of L's recently. I can't lie, Ben. He's been taking a couple of L's still. They should do it as well. I think, as we said, all promoters should employ VADA. They seem to be the best and the most credible. I like how they've released the fighters that are part of the program and whatnot, and they drop who's passing and whatnot. I think it's really good. It's going to make the sport more credible, and just it'll be less disrepute, overall. So hopefully, other organizations jump on it. Queensbury jump on, Boxer jump on, and we want a cleaner sport overall. Chris Eubank Jr. will be Chris Eubank Jr. Yeah, again, 33 now, only fought for a world title once. Highly doubt Flowz that we're ever going to be discussing him in a world title fight. I'll be surprised at this point. But if it's money you want to go get, as you said, Flowz, don't try and con the public and try and, pretend that you're about these big title fights when your actions show that you're clearly not. But nice win, Liam Smith. Again, you should be putting Liam Smith away. We don't need to see a rubber match either, Flowz, because I mean, as you said, it wasn't the usual Liam Smith that we're used to, but the fight is a non-mover anyways for there to be the rubber match. I can't lie. Like, who wants to see Liam Smith versus Eubank Jr. again? It'll be on pay-per-view again. It's like, nah, it's dry. But unfortunately, Flowz, the Conor Ben thing, it will do big numbers. It will. I think it will do huge numbers, which is why I think that's going to be next. They're probably going to push that. which again we're not a fan of, but the casuals, as you saw before, will eat that up. So yeah, brace yourself, Flowz.
Yeah, it's a marketable fight, but I
Yeah.
think neither of them are serious at this point.
Yeah, Conor
Even
Ben
though-
as well. Remember, we gave him all those praises last year and the year before that, but it's been a bit of a fall from grace this year, and the way he's been moving, not a fan, to be honest, of what he's been doing. Again, you should be establishing yourself at 147, but you're there chasing this person, you're chasing Kell Brook as well, you're chasing everyone, but not 147 pounders right now. So yeah, no good. But yeah, Flowz, I think we should leave it there. Unless you got anything else to add quickly.
Nothing to add, bro.
Beautiful. All right, then. Yeah, well, this has been episode 158 of the SZN Podcast. Once again, guys, I'm your boy Kam.
I'm your boy Flowz.
And as always, guys, please make sure you keep supporting, liking up, running up them streams. Peace.
I'm taking a strap. I'm strapped up.
Seven, what was that about?
Let's make the fight happen. We strapped the fuck up.